So I have been currently working on a few things, which is why I have not been live as I usually am. So if there is anyone that is looking for some inner childhood healing, I have created a self-help ebook that is in the link in my bio. The price of the book is currently $11. So, in order to heal yourself and heal whatever inner child wounds you may be dealing with, you can go to the link in my bio and get that workbook and begin to do the work. But what we're going to do while we're on the live, we're going to, go over a standard divine message to see what your energy is looking like. And I'm also going to go over the book, just a little bit of it, so you get an idea of what the book is about. So much so to where I will allow you all to ask me questions and I will assist you with doing so, okay? Because I've noticed now that there are so many people that are not only needing shadow work and needing to heal themselves, but specifically, there has been a lot of childhood trauma. So much to the point where many people don't know who they are based on how they were raised. Your upbringing determines so much of what you choose to do in your adult life. So if you did not have a voice when you were a child, if you did not have an opportunity to participate in creativity, if you did not have the chance to just be whoever you chose to be, right now you might be struggling, even if it's just a little bit. But no one deserves to be in that state of mind and then be expected to still do X, Y, and Z, and you fill in the blank with that X, Y, and Z. Some of you may be living a certain life where you feel like, you're supposed to do certain things, be a certain way, act a certain way, and that might not even be your energy. That might be something that someone instilled within you or someone placed on you. And now all of a sudden, you have allowed that type of energy to become your personality. And that's not even who you are. That's just who you got used to being. So, yeah. If you know that you have been experiencing those things and you genuinely want to change it, you genuinely want to do something about it, go to the link in my bio. Matter of fact, stay tuned so you can ask questions as well, okay? Because I know, when you was younger, people probably didn't want to answer your questions. You might ask somebody to say, you asked too many questions. Or, you'll figure it out. Or it don't matter. Or because I said so. You'll ask, why is this? Because what? Because I said so. And none of your questions were ever really answered. And you just followed along blindly. Why did you follow along blindly? Ask yourself these questions. Why did you follow along so blindly? What happened to you within your childhood that shaped the way you view life right now? You have to be the one to answer those questions. Because with my ebook, you're not going to be pointing the finger at mama, cousin, uncle, whoever. No. We've done that enough already. What we're going to do is take accountability in our adulthood so we can move forward from the things in the past that we could not change and we could not control. So that is the gist of that ebook. So if you're ready to finally take back control completely over your life, because I'm not saying, you're a little puppet, but when you were a kid, you kind of were. Some of y'all may have been living in somebody else's shadow. Some of y'all may have been only doing things to make somebody happy, or you may have only been doing things somebody told you to do. You should go to school. Go get you a job. Go do this. Oh, no, you ain't going to make money doing that. You're going to be broke doing that. How many of y'all had people kind of, rain on your parade, as they say? How many of y'all had big dreams when you were younger, when you were a kid, and then someone told you, be realistic. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna never happen for you. Who robbed you of your childhood? Answer me that. Who robbed you of your childhood? It's okay, they're not in here. They not in here to see what you say. Who robbed you of your childhood? Some of y'all wanted to be big stars. Some of y'all should be a celebrity, but you're not because you let somebody rain on your parade. Some of y'all wanted to travel. Some of you wanted to be big time chefs. You may have wanted to be a model, actor, actress. Who robbed you of your childhood? You said your mother. Hey, at least you can admit to it, because there's other people in here that's just sitting looking like, ain't nobody robbed me. Okay, sure. Sure. Who robbed you of your childhood? Who robbed you? All right. I see you hiding. People will hide behind the screens, hide behind the screams of the inner child inside of you. That's all right, though. That is okay. So like I said, we're going to start with a divine message for the collective, and then I'm going to allow you guys to ask me questions, and I will answer those questions accordingly. How'd I say? All right. Let's see what's going on for the current collective that is in here with me. Let's see what is in store for you. What's the energy? Let's see. Let's see. Whoa. Okay. Tell me more. Why is this like this? Tell me more. Why is this like this? Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, what else? What else? Okay. So, I'm getting that at this point. Good evening to you too. I'm getting that at this point. A lot of you have been kind of waiting to see when are things going to make a sudden change for you. Some of you have been manifesting and planting seeds. You see how the wheels are planted. This is money that is being planted. At least this is the essence of money. What this represents is you feeling as though you've done so much work and you're waiting to see what type of wealth is going to be accumulated for what you've already done. Some of you may be kind of, practicing some negative self-talk. You might be talking down on yourself. You might be having, little intrusive thoughts lately. And maybe you've been questioning if you're going about things the right way. It's like you're happy financially because you can pay your bills. You're not completely in debt. At least most of you aren't. But you're not sitting comfortable. You're not. You're not as comfortable as you want to be. You want to be in a better position. And because you're not, you're questioning whether or not you've made the right decisions over the past few months. I don't want you to be so hard on yourself, because if you operate out of this place of uncertainty, you begin to almost work against the current energy that you're in, but not in the way that you should be. You need to be working against those negative thoughts and that negative energy that's trying to convince you that you're not going down the right path, because you are. I don't want you to look at what's going to come immediately. Focus on right now. Focus on things that you absolutely have control of in this moment, because trying to look too far ahead, you miss out on very important things that's happening right now. Because there's a resolution for an immediate change, but I kind of feel like you're overlooking this because you're looking too far ahead. You may have someone that wants to come in and assist you, but you may be second guessing on whether or not you should work with this person. I'm getting trust issues. There may have been something that has happened to you to where you feel like you can't trust people. Maybe you can't trust family, friends, co-workers, whatever the case is. If you know that you have been asking for something specifically and you've asked your spirit team to guide you in the right direction, or at least align you to the right people, don't get so far in your head to where you assume that these people are going to be like those people, and then you miss out on an opportunity to work with someone. Because I keep getting like there's help that's being presented to you, but you're not willing to accept that help. So for some of you, this may have already happened. For some of you, this is going to happen. So this is a warning that, hey, when this help arrives, don't be surprised because you asked for this. If you are looking to gain any type of wealth, 10 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to do it by yourself. I don't know any empire that has been built by one singular person. And if it was, they didn't live long enough to see it thrive. I will say that. So yeah, this help may come in the form of someone that you could be working with or someone completely new that you've never met before. If it's someone that you work with, this could be someone that you don't usually work close with. So this could still just be someone that's absolutely new to you. They may work in a different department or they may just work in a different location. And then if you transfer or they transfer over to you, some way you guys are going to end up crossing paths. For others of you, this makes me feel like this is a person coming in the form of a friend. Y'all might not do the same thing, but you may kind of be in the same lane. So if you are an artistic person, this person could participate in the arts. Even if, let's just say, you're a hairdresser, this person may end up either knowing someone who's in the same occupation, or they may at least have worked with enough people within your occupation to where they can assist you in that way, okay? So just apply it where it resonates. Because as of right now, I'm feeling like a lot of you are kind of struggling, trying to do everything by yourself. And you've been screaming for this help. I'm getting like the Empress, but it's like she in the reverse. So at this point, for those of you who have kids, because I know all of you don't, but for those of you who have kids, now is the time for you to kind of let the babies be in autopilot and you mother yourself or parent yourself. And for those of you who do not have children, this is just meant for you to reflect on what you need to do for yourself. So this specific reading already is already reiterating inner child healing. Because those of you who have trust issues, which everybody in here got some form of trust issues. You do. You don't absolutely trust nobody 100%. Even if you got kids, you halfway trust them. You like, I don't know if you're lying to me. I feel like you're telling the truth. I don't know. You have trust issues, and that's okay. A lot of this stemmed from certain things that may have happened to you as a child. So that being said, I want you to reprogram your brain by reparenting yourself. Because again, this Empress is in the reverse. And the Empress is the mama in these cards, okay? So no, it's not time for you to be worrying about other people. It's time for you to receive. Just like a woman receives the seed to produce the child, it's time for you to receive. When this help comes around, be prepared and open so you can get this assistance. So then you can grow what you're trying to grow, okay? Have to say it like that because, I mean, some of y'all act like you're a little slow. And you're not slow. You know when they're slow. You allow people to kind of dumb you down all because, you know, you were shining so bright and you were growing so sporadically that they had to kind of knock you down a few pegs to make you question yourself. You're actually smarter than the people that made you feel bad about yourself. You do know that, right? You know you intimidated them with your wisdom and your creativity. You do know that, right? Even the life that you live, you may feel like, why would they want what I have? Because they're unhappy with what they have. They don't even know exactly what you have, but they would rather have what you have instead of what they have. That's just how good you're doing compared to other people, and you don't see it. So yeah, a lot of you may be trying to avoid conflict, avoid being around certain people, having people in your energy. Some of you are good with people, but you don't like people because of the things that have happened to cause you to have these trust issues. That's okay. I can relate to that to a certain extent, okay? But that's okay. What you need to do is, again, program yourself to be able to be in these situations and not allow the occurrences where you sit with other people, whatever they choose to do, you cannot allow it to impact you. So when these new people come into your life, don't treat them like you treat those old people. Allow them to be themselves and you accept them, and then you move accordingly. I have to keep reiterating this because, like I said, some of y'all be acting a little slow and you know you smart, okay? Don't be treating these new people like they old. You ain't met them. You don't know them. Get to know them first. Get to know them. You don't really know the reason why they're coming into your life, so give them an opportunity, okay? And this ain't time to just try to make somebody into a person either. I don't feel like this is that time, okay? Patience. Patience. See, look at this. The World card, look at you at the center and to the left and to the right. And you know, it's kind of funny. I was red, white, and blue. And the red, white, and blue is supposed to be, you know, representing of freedom. So on a scale of, you know, 0 to America, how free are you? Because some of y'all not free at all. And by the way, America is not free, okay? So I hope y'all was able to read between the lines when I said that. Because some of y'all like, huh? What do she mean? From 0 to America? But yeah. 7 of Wands, balanced energy is needed. Let's see, let's dig deeper. Why is this 7 here? And what kind of balance is needed? Oh, I know, link in the bio. Go get the ebook. Boundaries are needing to be set. Healthier boundaries. What type of boundaries have you set and how many people have crossed them? Really ask yourself that question. Why do you have trust issues? Why do you have trust issues? This is what's being brought up. You have fiery energy. You have so many people that look to you, look at you, admire you. They even wish that they were you. Part of that might be why you do have trust issues as well, because some of you are prone to being the center of attention without asking to be the center of attention. Because as I stated before, some of you don't even like people like that. People just naturally are drawn to you. People are just curious, like, you seem like an interesting person. Let me talk to you. Let me open up to you and tell you my whole life story. And I don't even know your first or last name, but I feel like I could talk to you, so I want to talk to you. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have had that happen to where people will just randomly talk to you. They may even like approach you in a way to where y'all been talking for like a long time and you like, I don't know you, but that's okay. Those are meant to happen to you because it's a gentle reminder that you are not the problem. When good things naturally come to you, that's a complete like giveaway to show you that, hey, you know, you radiate such good energy that people feel safe with you. You just never felt safe with other people. So why did you not feel safe with other people? You expected them to be like you when they weren't. They expected you to be like them, which is why they projected onto you. Okay? And thank you for the gifts, you all. Thank you. But I'm definitely seeing the point of you going through all of those situations was because it wasn't meant for you to be around those people. You were supposed to pack up yourself, your loyalty, your talents, and everything wonderful about you. You were supposed to take that elsewhere. You were supposed to build up your own empire away from the nonsense that made you feel like you were not good enough. That was the whole point. You just didn't see it at the time because maybe you wanted to just please those people. Maybe you just got so used to being an autopilot doing the things that you really didn't want to do. But you're like, you know, it make me money. It's kind of fun. I kind of like it a little bit. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You convinced somebody to let you, you know, to have you do all of that stuff and you just went along with it after so long. you don't really know what it is that you want to do. You kind of do, but I'm going to say you don't, because you haven't gotten to the point where you've stopped doing the things that you really don't want to do. Therefore, you don't, because if you did, that stuff would not matter anymore. And you would have the courage and the bravery to break away from those things without thinking about what's going to happen to my life now that I'm doing something different. Whatever the hell you want to happen to it, baby. That's what's gonna happen. You choose. You got all the power in your hands, but yeah, you still let other people live vicariously through you. You should do this. I know somebody who hiring. Okay, you go apply for them. Oh, I think you should do that. That ain't gonna work. I don't think that's best friend. I don't think you should do that. Well, listen here. If you my best friend, you supposed to support whatever I want to do. Whatever my desires. Best friend, don't wear that. That don't look good together. Baby, it ain't on your body. It's on mine. My body type is different than your body type, baby. It might not look good on you. It might not look good to you. But I make it look good. I think it look good, so I'm gonna wear it anyway. Some of y'all have to literally go against the grain and just be a rebel. Be that little bad kid that didn't care about nothing, was willing to flip off the couch, roll around. Your mama told you to stop. That little kid be like, go get my mama then. You need to be that kid that don't care about nothing. You ain't finna tell me nothing. You not my daddy. You can't tell me what to do. You need to do that. You need to allow that rebel to come up out of you. That's why you got trust issues. You don't even trust yourself. Your spirit don't even trust you to take care of this vessel. That's why you got trust issues, because they like, look, we've been trying to, send you help. We didn't send you your angel numbers, your little guardian totems. We didn't send you all type of butterflies and wasp and fireflies and stuff, dragonflies. We didn't send you every insect. We didn't send you birds. We keep putting sirens around your house. We keep having your ex call you. We keep trying to send you messages that you have to break free from this old stuff, so you can finally get like a caterpillar, get in your cocoon, and then finally burst out of this thing and fly away. But you ain't doing it. You're ignoring the process. And you keep thinking if you keep doing the same old thing, eventually you're going to have the money that you need to then do what you want to do. How long is it going to take you to accumulate that money, though? Is your happiness worth that dollar? Is it? You do know if you go ahead and just do what you want to do, that wealth gonna come in 3 times versus what you're getting right now. And for some of you, it ain't even about the money. It's about your mental. Is your mental intact where you are right now? It's probably not. Maybe. Really be honest with yourself. And keep telling y'all, link in the bio. Go get that workbook. Some of y'all got daddy issues. Some of y'all, your dad was not in your life at all. At all. And maybe you blamed that person for why certain things happened to you. Well, maybe if I had my dad in my life, it probably would have been different. For some of you, the person wasn't completely absent, but them being there still ain't help you either. It's like you watching them and their demise kind of made you feel like, well, damn, you supposed to be the guide to help me and show me which way I'm supposed to go, but you're not the best example either. So I don't even know. This is what I have to look forward to. I picked you. You saying that my soul willingly chose you. Why would I do that to myself? I need to get sent back, because I need to talk to HR. Something ain't right about this. I think y'all got my contract confused, because ain't no way I would have chose this. Some of y'all will literally feel that way. And then for a few of you, this ain't even a father figure. Some of y'all, this is a mother figure that may be operating in masculine energy when she's not supposed to, which is why it's appearing as a masculine energy in the reverse. Because some of y'all got, parental figures. I'm gonna say it like that because some of y'all may have been raised by grandma, but I'm gonna just say it's a feminine figure that tried to be overly masculine to overcompensate for either that absent masculine energy, because whatever man was around, either that person wasn't your daddy or that person just was flat out non-existent and did not even want to deal with you. So whichever the case, the same applies. Because even when you're dealing with the feminine energy that's being overly masculine, it ends up being toxic because that's not your natural nature. You're not meant to be in this. You can operate in duality all day. I'm not saying don't operate in masculine energy when you need to. But when it gets to a point where you begin to chastise your children, or you begin to weaponize your children, or even do things to weaponize against your children, then it's a problem. Some of y'all were raised like that. Some of y'all had feminine energies that were in your life that was either upset at you because things didn't go good in their life. Some of y'all were even raised by people who were jealous of you. Jealous that you naturally exuded a power and they didn't. And they took their frustration out on you. To where it's like they almost saw all of their potential in you and got upset, feeling like you stole it from them. So they projected onto you. They may have even made your life harder. This could have been those parents like, hey, you probably got put out of the house a few times. Or they probably was like, look, once you get to a certain age, you got to go, but didn't even prepare you to properly leave. They just put you out, like, get on out there. You want to be grown so bad. Like, no one's trying to be grown. I literally just got here. Like, what you mean? You ain't helped me. What am I supposed to do? You find you a job. You better figure something out. So yeah. And if that was not the case, some of y'all just dealt with feminine energy being an over masculine in the way that they were like emotionless to you. They may have said a lot of negative things to you, even done a lot of negative things to you as well. Some of this came as like almost like a response to what they wanted to say or do to somebody else, but they took their frustration out on you. Your mother or whoever raised you could have been working long hours and was upset that they had to go and do all of these things with no assistance. And in doing so, they blamed you for so much, got really upset at you. That's why a lot of you grew up so fast. Some of you may have only been a child, but you were having to work a job just to help pay some bills. Some of y'all, your mama or whoever was flat out taking your whole check, or damn not taking your whole check. You're going to live in this house, you're going to have to pay some bills. So only a couple of y'all that didn't have the luxury to have to go through that. But yeah, this is why I'm like, hey, there's some shadow work that needs to be done. Link in the bio. Go get that ebook. $11. Go get that ebook. It will help you. But yeah, this is why some of you struggle with planting seeds, manifesting specifically. Some of you have blockages in your womb area. I'm getting solar plexus, but I'm also getting throat chakra, which the throat be acting up a lot. But this is really giving me solar plexus. It's almost as if you don't follow your intuition. You don't follow that knowing of this is what I need to do and have the confidence to back it up. Because what was instilled within you was not placed there by you. It was placed there by other people. Therefore, how can you have your confidence but be trying to do things other people want you to do? That does not naturally align. So one of them has to go. You chose to take on the energy of somebody else and willingly turned away from your own like divine energy. So that's why it's difficult for you to be confident with things that you really want to do because you're not used to doing that. You're just not. Some of you feel like you can still withstand and make it happen, but you have to get used to being consistent in that way, especially when it's something new. If you know that you've just been doing standard things to accumulate money, all right, that's fine. Anybody can do that. But when you're trying to build real wealth, that takes work and effort. And like I said, consistency. And if you choose not to be consistent It's a reason why you're choosing not to be consistent. So yeah. I am currently doing readings if anyone would like to get on the list. I am going to be answering questions as well once I get done with this message. I'm going to put this up here for anyone that does want to receive a reading as well. Because like I said, I will be answering questions, not personal related questions. Let me try to reiterate that too. I don't want you asking me, is Corey coming back to me? I'm not answering them type of questions. Now, if you want a question about, healing yourself properly, I will answer those questions, but not energy-based questions, not like that, okay? So let's see. Because really, I did this to get the energy of everyone here. And yeah, you need some inner childhood healing. You do. I've been doing some inner childhood healing, and you know the reward that comes along with healing yourself? Abundance. Abundance. This is what comes along with it. You didn't miss much, Taste. I'm just giving the energy of the collective and showing them what type of inner childhood healing they need. But yeah, when you begin to move things out of the way, you make room for something new. Because if you know you're desiring a plethora of things, you have to have room for all that stuff. Why you think Erica said in that song, "Bag lady, you gonna hurt your back dragging out them bags like that"? You will literally damage your physical body carrying on the stress associated with things that you cannot control, meaning the actions of other people. Yeah, it may seem difficult when you're in it, but you have to learn how to get yourself out of it, or it will try to literally take you out if you don't. So you need to be putting down the burdens, putting down whatever baggage is keeping you from living at your fullest potential. Because I know for a lot of you, it was past relatives. For some of you, it may have even been relationships. But why do you choose the people that you choose? Where did that desire root from? You have to really, really go back and see why you battle with yourself so much. Because you do. And again, I always love when I pull this specific Two of Swords in this deck, because here she is with a blindfold over her face, the swords she is holding to protect herself, legs crossed and the moon in the back. She's allowed herself to sit down, willingly hold herself down because her legs are crossed. She don't plan on going nowhere if her legs are crossed. She's blindfolded. She can't see which way she's going. And she has the swords up because she's willing to protect herself. But she don't know if they coming from the left or the right. Some of you have gotten to a point where you've gotten to have to be so protective to where you're not willing to be open to receive stuff. This is why I said get rid of those things. Even if it's something you feel like you need to protect yourself from, why is it still in your vicinity if you have to protect yourself from it? That makes zero sense. I'm not finna sit up here and have a vicious dog in my backyard and just think, oh, eventually it's gonna go away. Hell no, I'm finna get rid of this dog. I'm sorry, Peppy. As much as I love animals, you try to come for me, it's gonna be me or you, and you got to go, pup. You got to. I'm sorry. You should have been over there with Shaggy and the gang. Why are you in my backyard trying to attack me? So if you're not going to allow a vicious dog to be on your property and attack you, why do you let these vampires that are people around you make you feel less than? How is it so easy to detach from other things but not these things? How can I detach from my mama? Easy. Stop picking up the phone. She'll get the memo after so long. How can I attach from, the mother of my child? Easy. Let her know, hey, hit me up when it's about the kid. If it ain't about the kid, don't hit me up. Matter of fact, I will get our kid a cell phone. And I'm going to teach our baby how to use the cell phone so I can just talk directly to the baby. So then I ain't even got to talk to you, because that's the whole point. I will make it to where me and you don't have to have no communication. I will speak directly to the source. You don't need to tell me what the baby needs. The baby already done told me what he or she needs. So I got it. They got their own Cash App. I'm finna send it to them. They got their own Venmo account. I'm finna send it to them. Sometimes you have to be that way. Sometimes you have to be that way. That's not you operating in toxic energy. That's you avoiding toxic energy. Some people just aren't mature in that manner. That's it. And that might hurt some people's feelings. The only reason why it hurts is because you have to get used to healthy things. You have to get used to checking yourself. That's why I always let you guys know when you're in hermit mode is not meant for you to just be by yourself. It's meant for you to sit down and you see yourself. You see your own problems by yourself. Can you recognize yourself? Can you recognize your filth? Can you? Can you recognize your filth? I'm sorry, I got a little message. I was like, what the heck is this? But yeah, can you recognize your own filth? Can you? Because guess what? If you're not able to do that, you're not doing the work properly. You should be able to recognize when you didn't do something right. Rico, I don't know what you're saying, and I don't know why you sent that. I know why you sent that, but I'm like, why did you do that? You threw me off with that. Don't do stuff like that. I'm here in Phoenix. I'll just say that. Phoenix. Okay. You said Dallas first because you think that's where you're supposed to go. I'm here in Phoenix. You'll have better opportunities in Phoenix, whether you know it or not. But yeah. Anyway, back to the collective. Okay? Back to the collective. I got the Hangman twice. Some of y'all have to sit and reflect. But again, you're not supposed to just sit in hermit mode. You have to be around other people because you need other people to trigger you. Why do we want other people to trigger you? To see if you're actually healed? How can you test out your healing if you don't allow yourself to be around new people? Don't be around the old people. The old people are going to trigger you by default. They part of the reason why you need healing anyway. It's not meant for you to be around those people, at least not yet. Now, in your healing process, I do kind of encourage you to be around those people because you need to be sure that even when they trigger you, that it does not impact you the way that it did before. If you get the ebook, you're going to see why I say that, okay? You're going to see why I say that. But this is why I'm like, be open to be around new people. Be open to new energy because these new energies are going to assist you in ways that you did not know. But some of you have too many trust issues. I keep getting that. And this is why things have not been working out for you as you want them to. So, yeah. I wonder why that was. Someone needs to disconnect. Someone needs to disconnect from social media temporarily. Someone needs to go on like a hiatus. Someone also needs to stop spending so sporadically. You need to kind of, disconnect from your finances for a while. Just keep gaining and gaining, but barely spend. Only spend on necessary things. The reason why you need to detach from social media is because when you're building yourself up and figuring out who you choose to be right now, I don't care about who you chose to be yesterday, who you choose to be right now. You don't need to be flooded with other people's energies and what they got going on because it can likely confuse you and confuse your process. You may end up, coming across someone's content, and because you relate to it, now all of a sudden you're doing something similar that person was doing, or you're feeling like, oh, I'm not doing enough, or you start comparing yourself and, oh, I wish I had this. Now it's not the time to be doing stuff like that. When you sit with yourself, you see your issues. You see them. The only type of social media I will allow you to do is self-help social media. Make an intention to just only seek out the energy that will assist you with building yourself up. But you have to be very, very intentional with that. Because some of you will get on social media and see a little funny video and you'll get to tapping, and then before you know it, you can scroll for about 2-3 hours and you like, I was supposed to do this and I was supposed to do that. So this is why I'm like, detach. Okay? Because, yeah, a lot of you are smart, but sometimes you don't act like it. Because you see how she's on a computer. She's literally probably on something that she's not supposed to be doing, you know. That's why it's in the reverse. It's not in the upright. What are you doing with your time? What are you doing? I'm just saying. For some of you, if you're desiring a new relationship, this is how you're going to get it. What do you mean? That's how I'm going to get it. Yeah. Think about it in this way. Would you rather have a person who's heavy on social media all day? Or would you rather have someone who don't really care about social media? All they want to do is just work and maybe hang out with you. Which one would you rather have? Tell me. Put it in the comments. Which one you want? You want A, the person who be on social media, and I'm not saying on social media to work. They just be on social media, whether they in the comment section, they come to you talking about, oh, this was on the Shade Room, or yeah, they shared this on, Rap TV, whatever. Or would you rather be with someone who don't care about social media? They just like, look, you wanna go hang out? You wanna go out to the park? You wanna, what you wanna do that? You wanna go to an arcade? Let's go skating. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Hey, leave the phones in the car. We got each other. Ain't no emergency gonna happen. Leave the phone in the car. So which one would you rather have? The reason why I bring that up is because if you desire to have a person like B, you have to be that person first. If you want someone who's detached, you have to be detached. You have to stop caring so much about this stuff unless you work on social media. You just make designated time slots for when you're doing that. Because as a content creator, yes, it can get tiring, but that's only if you don't have the proper structure. But this is why y'all will see me sometimes and sometimes you won't, because I have a life outside of this. I'm not going to allow this to define me and dictate how much of my freedom I'm going to actually have. So I would much rather be with someone who aligns with me in that way, to where, hey, we're going to be on social media when the time comes. And then when we not, hey, it's me and you together, baby. I'm not finna be on nobody page scrolling. I don't want nobody who on somebody else's page tapping away. They busy mesmerized by this person. No, I don't want someone who's willingly going to be in other people's energy. I want somebody who just focusing on themselves when necessary and then want to focus on me. That's what I want. And that's not me being selfish, because I know the energy that I come with. I know how I am in a relationship. So you have to be that way too. You can't just expect someone to be all about you if you ain't even being all about you. You have to do that. Gift yourself. Give yourself the energy that you want. But no one told you to do that. No one taught you how to do that properly. A lot of times, some of y'all were caring for other people too. Especially if you had siblings, you might have helped raise some of your siblings. You may have even had to assist being like a secondary parent. You may have even had to help adults. Maybe you had a parental figure that dealt with some type of addiction, to where you had to sit up there and assist them and therefore become the parent in the house, even if you was the only child. So it's like, man, I got to sit up here and do all this stuff. Some of y'all have responsibilities when you were really, really young. Yeah. And this is why you be so cold towards people. This is why, again, you have these trust issues. When you get put in unfair situations, it makes you not want to be there completely. It makes you not want to open up to people. Because it's like, whenever I open up to people, I get disappointed. You're learning discernment. It's not meant for you to focus on the negativity that happened. You need to focus on how you allowed yourself to get put in that situation and didn't leave sooner. You can't get mad at the test for being the test. You got to kind of be upset at yourself that you're a little bit slow. You got to catch up. You're not slow no more. I told you smart, but sometimes you don't do the wisest things, okay? But you cannot get mad at the test for being the test. The test is not going to change. It's up for you. It's up to you to do the work, okay? I love you. I'm not saying that you don't. I love you, okay? Because some of y'all feelings be hurt when I be saying stuff like that. But I have to give it to you. I've gotten on to myself for being that way. Like, you know what? I know better. Why did I do that? I'm better than that. Why did I do that? That was dumb. I shouldn't have did that. Ugh. And then I'll be right back on it. Like, you know what? I ain't finna do that no more. No, I'm not. And then I can laugh about it. I've gotten to that point. And you have to. Because if you just sit around and cry, why they did me like that? I can't believe me. I'm so tired of people doing me wrong. No, you ain't. If you was tired, you wouldn't keep putting yourself in situations to get hurt when they've already showed you they gonna hurt you. They've been hurting you time after time again. How much you gonna keep letting them do this to you? You can't get mad at them because they doing it. They been doing it. You got to accept that accountability. But I'm just saying, like, I mean, it wasn't all bad. Okay, cool. But when it started being bad, you should have put your foot down. You shouldn't have kept letting that slide. You kept letting it slide, so they kept letting it ride. You have to take accountability for your actions. Okay? You have to. And sometimes people do not be wanting to hear that. They get upset with me because I tell them, you're complaining about your problems. Ain't nobody complaining. Yes, you are. Stop complaining about stuff you can control. Stop complaining about stuff you can control because you can. You absolutely can. You just choose not to. And then you get mad when they keep doing what they do. But you know, it's teaching you to stand on your own 2 feet. Stand by yourself. Yeah. This is why some of you have not been able to accumulate the wealth that you think you want, because you keep going back to things that keep robbing you of your energy and leaving you in poverty. When are you going to really become tired? Getting earth energy. Some of you need to be more grounded. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, you may have heavy earth placements. Some of you need to become more grounded. You ground yourself, you will become happier. You will. Within that ebook, I give you examples. I give you not only examples of what you could do to assist you with your healing, I also give you rituals and astrological findings of my own as to why you do what you do based on your zodiac sign. Some of y'all don't realize that you've picked up certain patterns over time based on your divine making. So I want you to really study your natal chart and then figure out what is within me that makes me do the things that I do. Because for some of you, well, I won't say for some of you, I'll just say apply it how it applies to you. Your personality is gifted to you through astrology. Some people don't look at it that way, but that's the easiest way for you to really figure out who you are, or at least who you're supposed to be. Okay. So within your natal chart, you want to look at your big 3, sun, moon, rising. However, you also want to look at your Venus, your Mars, and your North Node. The rest does matter too, but it gets really, really deep. And I don't want to focus on that too much. I feel like I need to dedicate an entire live to just that. But I want you to get the gist of it. Once you learn these things about yourself and you study them, I then want you to begin to study your Chiron. Some call it Chiron. I call it Chiron. Just sounds better to me. But yeah, once you do that, that is how you will learn how to love yourself all over again. And I know that this card is supposed to symbolize relationships with people outside of you. To me, this is symbolizing the relationship that you have with yourself, because that's what you need in order for you to be completely balanced. And some of you are not balanced at all, which is why you keep doing some of the things that you do. So I'm telling you, if you want to gain your strength back up, gain your self-love and self-awareness of yourself, do that inner childhood healing. Do it. You will thank yourself later. You will thank yourself later. Promise you. Okay? Anything else for this collective before I close this out? Let's see. Is there anything else they need to know? What else do y'all need to know moving forward? Besides getting out of your own way as you accept accountability. So, once you choose to take this route of letting things go that don't serve you and beginning to embody that self-love energy that you've always deserved from the get-go, you're going to need to tap into a lot of creative energy, because creativity frees you in a way that logic doesn't. And I'm only going to say logic because sometimes thinking too much and being too serious will only force you to be in anger. For example, how I brought up me feeling dumb about stuff that I did. If I think about the logic side of it, it's only going to make me angry. And then I may mess around and say something to the wrong person or anything, just operate out of negativity. Versus if I use the emotions that I hold against that situation and I apply it to something creative, that's me not only transforming that energy into something, I transmute the energy associated with it so it does not impact me. So this is why I'm like, hey, creativity is going to save you in the long run, because if you choose not to do that, you're going to end up becoming right back codependent on certain things that you don't need, whether you know it or not. It's like, well, how can I become codependent on certain things? If you got out of a toxic relationship, your first response might be to go date someone new so you can get over that relationship. Not realizing that person was toxic, you've likely become a little bit toxic too. So trying to date someone else before you do proper healing will only mean you'll become codependent on that relationship to assist you. And that was not the point. Sometimes you leave one situation, go into another. You only damage yourself even more, because now you've taken all of that nasty stuff that you gained in that first relationship and you brought it to a brand new situation. You're not even for certain what type of demons that person might be battling with. So now you're battling with the demons from the old relationship, the demons that might be within this new person, and demons that you haven't even dealt with by yourself. So yeah, get into some creativity to maneuver some of that energy around so you can become completely cleansed and you can be a renewed person, because you don't want to keep carrying those bags with you. Put those dirty, nasty, filthy bags down, because it's just full of a lot of old stuff that you don't need. So yeah, that's what I got for you. That's what I got for the collective. That is what I got. So I hope, let me stop shaking this. So I hope that resonated with those that it needed to resonate with. As of now, I'm going to go ahead and open up for personal readings, because I do see that I've received like a few payments already. I'll do those, and afterwards I'll begin to answer any questions, okay? You're welcome. You guys are so welcome. And again, the link is in the bio for those of you who are wanting that workbook. It's in the bio. It's only 25 pages, really 24 if you're not including the cover. And ultimately, I created this book to assist people because I wish someone could have assisted me. If I would have had this book a few years ago, oh, what you mean? If I would have had that book in high school, what you mean? Things would have went differently. But I am grateful for what has happened already, because it has molded me into the woman that I am right now. And maybe if I had had that self-awareness, I don't know where I would be. And I can't go back and try to recreate those things. Well, I can mentally and spiritually. I talk about that in the book too. But the essence of it on this physical plane, I can't do that. So dwelling on it, I don't want to get into this. I wish I could have did this. Oh, I'm so mad. Why did I do that? No. You may experience that while you're looking at it, but that's okay. That's normal, because I'm teaching you what to do with that energy, okay? The the first thing you need to do is go within yourself. That's why I'm like, get the book. Get the book. Go within yourself. One of the exercises that I talk about in the book is really sitting down and paying attention. Pinpoint a specific memory if you must, because I'm going to give y'all two of the exercises in there actually. Pinpoint a specific memory that sticks out to you. You know how I just said you can't change what happened in the physical? I want you to use your mind and recreate that occurrence. What would have happened if you would have had a say so? What would have happened for you? For instance, you may have had a situation where your parent embarrassed you at school, and that may have set off a chain of events where then you start getting bullied by people. You may have had certain things happen to you, all because your parent decided to embarrass you, not realizing what type of damage that would do to you. But they were just trying to prove a point because you in trouble. Instead of having enough respect for you and saying, hey, look, you don't do stuff like that. Now, I'm not going to embarrass you because you're an extension of me. If I embarrass you, that means I'm embarrassing myself. I'm not finna sit up there and do that. We gonna have a real deal discussion about this, and I'm going to punish you in this type of way for you to really get it. So if you experience that embarrassment, you may need to just sit with yourself and envision how things would have went had that not happened to you. And then you free yourself because now you've just aligned with that specific timeline. So then it no longer impacts you right now because you just rewrote it in your brain. And some people don't realize how powerful that is because now you've just let go of that because you've trained your brain to know, hey, for us, it no longer exists. I'm not saying pretend, but literally you're rewriting your story when you do it that way. So rewrite your story. Another thing that you can do for my witchy babies, I have a bunch of rituals in there too, where you can literally get rid of stuff that has kept you bound. None of it is negative. So don't get scared for those of you. And I put that in there too. Because I know there are some people that's like, rituals? I don't want to. I'm not a witch. Sure. You say that, sure. But okay, I'm going to put it in there anyway. Because some of y'all need actual energy cleansing to where the energy might be so heavy, you may not know what else to do besides getting rid of that energy in that way. Especially if you have been in a situation where maybe you were SA'd. Maybe someone took advantage of your body. Maybe when you were younger, you were kind of promiscuous. Maybe you had too many partners at a young age. Maybe you didn't realize what doing that to your psychological side of you would do. Maybe you didn't realize that you needed to cut the cord on all of those soul ties that you created with yourself. I put that in the book as well. So yes, that's there. For those of you who like that sexual cord cutting, I put that one in there too, so you can see exactly how I do mine. For those of you who have experienced any type of physical trauma or even body image issues, that's there too. So yeah. But the main thing that I reiterate time and time again, go within or you will go without. If you don't know where to start, pick a random spot. It's not going to be perfect because that's not the point. The point is for you to heal. So you just got to tend to the wound. Go to the first thing you see and tend to it. I'm pretty sure there's a specific memory that sticks with you more than anything. Focus on that. Then work your way around. You can even start with guided meditations. Guided meditations are amazing. You have to be consistent with those. If you're not consistent with it, it'll work a little bit, but healing is not no one and done process. You have to keep doing it until you feel free. Okay?